Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron, and this is Patricia.
Hi.
Hi, we're going to talk to you guys today about community college because we both went to one, the same one actually, and a 4-year big name state university, specifically Mississippi State. And Patricia is going to talk a little bit about her degree, and I'll even jump in and throw in my 2 cents about my degree. So let's begin. So, how are you, Patty?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. So, where did you go before you came to Mississippi State?
I went to Copi Lincoln Community College
And where was that?
in Natchez, Mississippi.
Did you like your community college experience?
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, it was kind of uh, and it was like annoying when they wouldn't have classes because it was such a small campus, but it was a good experience overall.
Do you feel
Especially,
do you feel like you got to know a lot of people with it being so small and so close, like, to everything?
maybe if I was more of an like outgoing person.
Okay, I think you still
I met a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were both on Phi Theta Kappa, which is, if you want to explain for everybody.
Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for two-year community colleges.
Okay, and what do you think you gained from being in that?
I mean, definitely a lot of good experiences. Going to Washington, D.C. for sure. That was awesome. I met you
Mhm.
and a lot of like really nice people. It was fun.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we did a lot of volunteer work. We did some projects, but overall, it was kind of getting to know a lot of other scholars in the 2-year community college, which I think is important in building a community and network of people. What did you major in for your associates, or just were you general studies when you were in your 2-year?
Yeah, it was just general studies. I didn't know like what I wanted to do when I was at college. I was still trying to figure out what I wanted my major to be, but I think most people just got like a regular associates in arts anyway.
Hmm. And do you think it was better that you had started at a 2-year as opposed to just straight to a 4-year, straight to Mississippi State, or what do you think? Would you have wanted to start at Mississippi State for your freshman year?
I mean, I think I gained experience with going to Colin, and the classes are a lot different at Colin. You know, it's smaller, and you get more attention from your professors. So, but I don't really know. I mean, I wish I would have like known what I wanted my major to be in the beginning, because then I could have like started, and I wouldn't be in Cal 2 my junior year.
Right. What about the cost? I mean, for people who are maybe about to graduate high school and go in and decide if they want to go into 2-year or 4-year, what's more expensive to do?
Definitely a 2-year community college is a good place to start if you're worried about costs. It's a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Most people don't even have to take out loans because you'll get federal aid.
And this being your first year here at State, do you notice things being a lot more expensive?
Yes, definitely. I have like at least 3 different loans.
Oh wow. You don't have to give us numbers. I mean, that's private business, but it was a lot more than what you owed, say, being at community college.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely know that feeling too. What are you majoring in here?
Mathematics.
And how's it going so far?
It's going really well. I like math, so.
You better like math. It's going to be the rest of your life, all those numbers. What are you taking right now? Just briefly, just some courses. Your workload this semester.
Yeah, calculus 2, or intro to statistical inferences. Spanish 2, genetics, and programming. Programming in C.
Programming in C. Speaking about your electives, your like non-core courses, what do you like most about them? Let's talk about maybe Spanish. And is C one of your core courses?
I mean, like Spanish too is required, so it's not an elective. I'm not actually taking any electives.
Oh, really? So all those are compulsory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, and definitely genetic. Like I wouldn't just like elect to take genetics.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do outside like bio majors or biochem majors or something along those lines. But I take it you're not liking it too much.
It's not very fun.
Okay, I know it's probably a lot of. I read a book on it one time and it was pretty dry stuff.
I mean, like yeah, the stuff on the top is interesting, like how two different parents could have a baby and like what their traits could be.
Mm-hmm.
But then like after that you get into all the details and like ribosomes and nobody cares.
Okay. So it's pretty, yeah, nobody cares about ribosomes. I mean, what does a ribosome do?
I don't know.
Okay, see, nobody cares about what a ribosome does. I actually do know, but I don't want to go into too much detail. But this video isn't about ribosomes. I'm sure you can look that kind of video up on YouTube. But specifically, what would you give some incoming freshmen or sophomore or transfer students? What would be your biggest piece of advice with academics, like to get high grades, and then kind of time management, like outside of school, to kind of keep a good schedule, like a balance?
Definitely go to class would be the first one.
That's good advice.
A lot of people just like sleep in, and then people like fall behind. I mean, I definitely learn a lot in class. I know other people have to like study a lot more, but just like me being in class, I pretty much just retain like a lot of the information.
Let's go back to that point you just mentioned. All right, so we're back. Sorry, we had to turn down the air conditioner because it was a little hot in here. I think
you have to tell them that, like you could just edit that part.
Well, they might want to know why the frames kind of changed. I'm gonna have to put like a transition in there, but whatever. Anyways, so you were talking about other people having to study really hard, and I know I'm trying to get to something here. Is that because you're just naturally gifted? What was the words you used to me when I asked you about that one time?
I just mean that like when a teacher explains stuff, like when I'm present in class and I hear like everything that we're supposed to be learning, that I like retain that information. Oh,
yeah, because before when she was talking to me about that, I think what she said was, I am a genius.
I mean, yeah, but that's not the point.
That see, I don't lie. So okay, so for all us non-geniuses, and me included,
you might need to study a little.
We might need to stay. Take it from the next John von Neumann here.
I study.
Do you? Sometimes. How much sometimes is that? And I know most of your marks are A's. I've seen your report card, so.
I study before tests.
Like
or like when I'm doing my homework,
10 minutes?
Studying.
5 minutes?
No, I go through everything.
You read the front cover of the book?
Tests.
Oh, tests. Okay.
All of my notes and stuff.
But I'm more looking for the people on YouTube who might want to, just kind of budget their time, like for the average student. And obviously you're not average, according to you. What amount of time would you say for each class study before the test?
Before the test? Okay, like
for a test.
For a test.
For like a midterm test.
I really think it just like varies between people, like how much you need to study to remember the information. You know, like some people can just like go through the whole thing in one day, or some people would rather like split it up and like remember different parts. And, you know what I mean? So
it's individual based.
I think it's individual.
Okay, yeah. I can agree with that. All right, so outside of academics, what recommendation would you give for like especially women to keep like a balanced life, so you're not just hectic all the time or worried about school? What do you do?
I mean, I don't know if I'm like the best example for like how to be social, but.
Well, you're the only example we have here right now. I mean, I could go find another girl, but.
I listen to music in my room a lot. I don't know if that counts.
I mean, yeah, if it relaxes you, music definitely counts as something.
Yeah, I mean, of course you want to like save time to hang out with friends and just like not stress out all the time.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying make sure you have somewhat of a social life. Now coming from community college, and you didn't join a fraternity or sorority in your case. And so we're both considered GDIs, which means goddamn independence. Would you say that social life could interfere with academic life? How much would you balance it, like social as opposed to academic, to succeed?
You definitely don't want to be like all social and just never study, because that's why people flunk out all the time. I mean, I couldn't say like how much time you should keep to be social. It just like depends on how much you need to study, I guess, how much homework you have to do. You want to like focus on your schoolwork, because that's why you're here. Right. And then social after that.
So you're saying make studying, make homework, make grades your number one. And why is that so important? I know it seems basic, but I think it gets lost in a lot of people, because I've already had a few friends drop out in the year that I've been here. So it doesn't take long, it doesn't take much. And I'll tell you this, the school will put you on academic probation if you're not keeping, at least for me, I'm in electrical engineering, you need to keep a 2.0 to stay in the program. And if you don't for one semester, they will put you on academic probation. And I believe, because I've never been on it, but I believe they will kick you out if you don't maintain above that. But I could be a little wrong about that, but that's what I believe. So what do you think?
I don't know what the like GPA is for my major, but what was the question?
Basically, why like I was saying, it's basic, but why is it so important to maintain above that? Like, what's the end goal here? What are we trying to achieve by being here?
Yeah, you wanna get your degree, and you can't do that if you're not passing your classes.
What do you think is like the big opportunity at the end of the day when you have that degree, as opposed to someone who just maybe say has a GED or a high school diploma? Like, what's that lifestyle like? What do you think? What do you imagine it as?
I mean, it's like the difference between like having a career for the rest of your life, or like just having like a job, or like different jobs, like working at gas stations or something, like, or like even if you don't work at gas stations, just like in some random office building, you know, just like behind a cubicle all day, every day for like the rest of your life. Or like you could.
You don't want to do the whole Dilbert thing in a cubicle?
I don't think that I do.
Wow.
No, I want like a corner.
So
office.
to all you out there that are Dilberts, I mean, she just totally hated on you guys. But I'll continue.
Thanks. What?
Did you lose your train of thought?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll help you out. I was just being funny, but the point, I think the biggest thing for me is like, forget about the money, even though it may be triple, quadruple, and it, depending on if you open your own business or if you go with the big company, or, you know, I think it's worth the debt, it's worth the 4 years, but it's also quality of life, because you could be doing something you love, as opposed, like what Patricia said, just some job that you're just slaving through. You hate waking up every morning, as opposed to being like letting out your creative side in math, science, the arts, architecture. She's right, a career is a lot different than just a job, so it's important to kind of run with, you know, whatever your dreams are academically. So that's my 2 cents. Dilbert hater. You ever seen Office Space?
No.
Wow. Okay, it was a movie, I forget when it came out, like 2001 or something. And it was just about like your typical medium-sized company and all these guys hating their job, and they kind of, I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but they came out with a plan to like round decimals off bank account numbers and put it into their thing, and they screwed up the coding, and the next morning they had like a few $100,000 in there, and they're like, we're definitely going to get in trouble for this. So it's just kind of like making fun of like a Dilbert type of work environment. So yeah, it's important not to maybe end up there. Dilbert hater. So what do you see yourself doing, like in your last, let's talk about your last year. What do you want to accomplish while you're here? I mean, what are your goals while you're here? Besides getting A's, I mean, what else do you want to do? Like, have you set any goals?
I mean, I I want to, I guess, make connections so I can find a job when I graduate. They have the career fair, so do like interviews there my senior year.
Let's talk a little. This is going to get a little not personal about her, but like women in general. And I hope you don't mind. I can edit this out if you do. But I remember you told me one time like you think it would be tougher for like a woman to get a job in like a male-dominated industry because they want to hire men that like are similar to them. And I remember I told you actually that's not the case because they want to have like different perspectives, like different people with different backgrounds looking at things. And I think as long as you got good marks, you'd be fine. And you seemed a little worried about that. Do you still feel that way? Even after the job fair we went to?
I don't totally remember that conversation. So we were talking about gender equality.
It happened. No, it wasn't gender equality. We were just
Sounds like gender equality.
Well, I mean, maybe you could call it that, but we were just talking about like you getting a job and you were a little nervous. It was a while ago we talked. It was near the time we went to the job fair.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
I don't really know.
Do you feel okay? Let me rephrase the question. If you get good grades, which I've seen her report card, believe me, they are very good marks. So if you can continue, say, above a 3.5 or 3.0 or whatever you have right now, do you think you can land a job that you would enjoy going to, that you would like?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do feel like there's hope.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Okay, because you kind of seemed a little like worried when we talked.
I don't really remember it.
I know, but then again, sometimes you just don't remember to wake up for class. Sometimes.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Sometimes my alarm forgets to wake me up.
Oh, it's the alarm. It's the old alarm excuse. Have you used the dog one for your professors yet? That they ate your homework?
No.
Okay, because
it's usually online.
Right. So it'd be a little hard for your dog to get online and eat it. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So that I guess that isn't an issue right now. But what else? Oh yeah. How many people are? Mississippi State's a pretty big school. I think out of the 3 campuses, and we're at the main campus here in Starkville. There's 21 or 22,000 people just on our campus at the main one, correct?
Yeah.
And like 27 or 28, I think, between the 3.
Total.
Yeah, I mean Mississippi is a small state population-wise. We only have like
3 million.
3 million, yeah, about 3 million. So to have that many people that's a good size. But so we're the main school for the state. We get most of the research funding. How many people are in your because you're pure mathematics. Mm-hmm. You don't have any type of engineering or science or anything. So you're just pure numbers.
Mathematics.
You're basically a computer.
Wow.
That's what I do. It's a human computer here.
I compute.
How many people are in that program? Out of the like 27,000 people, how many of you are there?
I think there's like 60.
60.
Yeah, and that's like split because like some of them are getting a bachelor's of arts and some are getting a bachelor's of science.
Oh, that's a good question. So what's the main difference between the two?
Okay, so if you're getting like a bachelor of arts, usually that's like when you want to be a teacher. It gives you a lot of, what's the word for like space?
I have no clue what she's talking about.
Okay. It gives you a lot of like time in your schedule to take classes that you need to get like your teaching certification and stuff. Like you have a lot more space for electives when you get a bachelor's of arts, whereas when you get a bachelor of science, like you're taking a lot more like hard math and sciences. Okay,
so it's basically your course flowchart is already set up for you by the department as a BS, Bachelor of Science, and then opposed to a Bachelor of Arts Mathematics, you get to take more of what you want, like electives.
They have a lot more electives, yeah.
But you don't have maybe some of the opportunities that a Bachelor of Science would provide for you if you were going for the Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't really say, I mean, they're both like, you're still getting a math degree, but it's just like, one is like, they know that you, I don't know. I mean, like.
What? Just say it. Just say you already said you were a genius. We already have that on tape. Do you feel? Let's just cut the baloney. Let's talk about the pink elephant in the room. Do you feel smarter people are getting the Bachelor of Science?
I think some people really want to be teachers, and that's cool.
Yes or no? I don't want to hear maybes.
I don't want to be a teacher.
I'm going to go ahead and say there are some degrees. No, sorry, we had a little. It's voice. My camera's voice activated.
You don't have to tell it.
No, but the people might want to know why
But you should just be skipping frames throughout the whole video. Just like, this part's weird, let's skip that.
Listen.
This is what happens in YouTube videos. People just,
I'm
going to show you a YouTube video.
I'm going to have to edit this out.
Watch people
Do you want me to edit this out?
Yes.
Okay. Listen though. Before I edit this out.
You don't need a transition frame.
You do need transition frames, otherwise it's going to be choppy.
Yes, I'm going to show you.
You do need transition frames.
I'm going to show you.
You need transition frames.
I'm going to show you.
Look at my eyes. You need transition. Anyways, it's going to get edited out. Oh, hi, we're back. So we were talking about Bachelor of Science as opposed to Bachelor of Arts, and my take is, and I don't care if I get hate mail for this, because I think this is true, not all degrees are created equal. And I'm not saying someone's better or worse because of the degree they take, but there are tougher degrees. I'm sorry. If you're taking, I'm not going to mention any degree names because I don't want to put any professors or departments or anyone down, but some degrees require a lot more work and a lot more in-depth study than others. So I was just trying to get to the point was what's the difference between a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Arts in mathematics, and Patricia really played the politician on that one, so thank you, Patricia, for not answering my question. But okay, we'll move on. What was I going to say? I forgot now. You made me forget, see?
I apologize.
Okay, at least you're apologizing. Yeah, I think that might be it. We could wrap it up unless there's anything you want to say.
I can't think of anything. Is it clean back there?
Is it what, clicking?
Clean. We should have checked first.
They can't see anything. You'll be all right. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. So thank you all for spending your time watching this. I hope you guys learned something. If you do have any questions or anything we didn't cover that you'd like answered, please feel free to add them in the comment section below, and we'll definitely do a recap video if on this or any other type of major that you guys are curious about. But thank you. So bye for now.
Bye.